live lesson. We're going to practice talking on the phone. I know this can be a very stressful experience when you're learning a language. I have had this experience. So today we're going to talk about 3 different situations you might need to do some things on the phone, and we're going to cover a lot of really small points that probably you think about and you go, I don't know which one I should choose, like prepositions, those little words like for and at and by. We're going to practice those when you're talking on the phone to make sure that those questions you have and to make sure the sentences you say are clear and smooth and easy to understand. So I hope this is a really good daily life practice lesson for everybody. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and of course share the video and send a message in the chat if you're watching live. I'll come and say hello in just a moment. But while we wait for everyone to join us live, I want to remind you about this banner at the bottom of the screen. This is the 2,000 Core Words ebook that our team has created for you for free. Yay! So if you have not checked this out yet, you can find this from the link below or above the video. It's at EnglishClass101.com. The 2,000 core words of English are the 2,000 most commonly used words in everyday communication. So these are the words that come up the most, right? So if you're studying vocabulary, if you know you need to build your vocabulary, this is a great tool for you because it makes sure that you study the most important words first. So you can download this for free. You just need your name and an email address to make a free account at EnglishClass101.com, and then you can log in to the account, click that link that I mentioned down here or up here, and you can download this for free. It's a free PDF. You can put it on your phone, put it on your computer, you can print it out, go crazy, do whatever you like. So I hope that's really helpful for you. I'll remind you again later. Okay. It looks like everything's rolling. I will say hi, YouTube. Hello, everybody on YouTube. Welcome. Hello, Mauricio from Colombia. What's up? Hello, Stalin. Hello, Fatih, one of our members. What's up? Hi, Rocky. Hi, Valen, Natalie, Victor, Salman, Dormela, Sheila from Brazil. Omar, hello, how are you doing? I am doing great. How are you, Omar? Okay, and everybody. Parwiz from Canada. Hi, Rafika, what's up? Facebook, hello, Abdullah and Sarla. My voice is very slow. What does that mean? You mean I'm speaking too slowly for you? Would you like me to speak very, very fast? Most people do not want me to speak fast on these channels. Francisco, what's up from Nicaragua? And TT, hello. Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's begin because, as always, I like to explain all the points and talk about your questions. So let's get into it. If you haven't, please make sure to hit the like button and share the video because it helps other people find the lesson. So let's get started. Let's begin with my personal favorite, making orders. So when you want to, for example, call a restaurant to make an order, or you need to call a business to ask for an item, how should we do that? Here is a great pattern you can use for all of these cases, okay? So first, you pick up the phone and you say, hello, I'd like to place an order for. Okay, I'd like to place an order for. The beginning, we're going to practice this for restaurants. At the end of part 1, we'll practice using a pattern for items. Okay, so for now, let's practice restaurants and let's break down the sentence. So we have, hello, I'd like to place an order for, and then we can choose here for delivery or takeout. So delivery or takeout. Delivery means someone brings the food to you. Takeout means I will come into the store, I will pick up my food and go home. I hope. Okay? So, a couple things to note. Number 1, I'd. The first mistake I often notice here, which you can avoid now, is this I'd. Many learners say, I like to. Incorrect. I like to means an activity you like to do. This I'd is the reduced form of I would, right? Hello, I would like to, okay? So don't forget this D, I'd like to. You can practice saying it now with me if you want to make sure you're practicing it correctly. Hello, I'd like to, okay? Second, I'd like to place an. And we must use an because order starts with a vowel sound. Yeah, I'd like to place an order, okay? Not place a order. And we must use an article here, but not a definite article, because the other person doesn't know it, right? We cannot use the here. I'd like to place the order. No, 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 no. So this one, you just started the conversation. The other person doesn't know what order you mean. So we must use the indefinite and. We cannot use the here, okay? Third point, for. I'd like to place an order for. I'd like to place an order for. For shows the purpose of something. So this one, we're kind of thinking about the delivery or the takeout as like the purpose or the objective of this order, okay? I'd like to place an order for delivery, please. Or I'd like to place an order for takeout, please. You might have heard also takeaway. Excuse me, in American English, we say takeout. Or in British English, and I think Australian English, use take away. So it depends on the type of English you're studying. If you study with my lessons a lot, it's probably best to continue using the American English vocabulary, takeout, takeout. So I'd like to place an order for delivery. I'd like to place an order for takeout. And the other side will say, okay, what would you like? Or maybe, wait a moment, and then they'll take your order. So how do you ask for those items? Okay, next one. I have two patterns here that you might hear and that you can use to request the food, okay? So, can I get? Can I get, okay? So can I get, for example, a something, or can I get an something, okay? So again, we must follow the vowel rule here when we use our articles. Can I get a pizza? Can I get a Hawaiian pizza? Can I get an apple pie? Okay, so we can use this for one item. Or can I get two pizzas, right? So you can begin your order with can I get? Can I get? Okay, Janie in the YouTube chat wrote, can I get a Coke? Perfect, great job, Janie. Okay, Fuad wrote, I would like to order a meal. Good, okay, I'd like to order a meal. Good one. Next, I think if I can recommend one of these two sentence patterns to you, I recommend the second one. It's more polite. I prefer to be more polite in everyday speech because I feel like it's nicer to other people. I feel like it's better to be nice to other people. So that's my preference. Maybe you feel this way too. So I usually say, can I please have? Can I please have? So same thing, can I? And I include please have. And then I use the verb have here instead of get, right? That sounds like I want to receive this thing, okay? So can I please have a pizza? Can I please have an apple pie? Okay, easy like that. Some people will say, yeah, I want something, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I want a pizza. You might hear some people say that. For me, that's too direct. I feel like I want to be nice to the other person, the person taking my order. So I recommend, can I please have, okay? All right, so the Black Eagle put a good example in. Can I please have a chocolate cake? Okay, good. All right, let's continue to, maybe let's talk about this pattern then. The second part here is some, oh, that's interesting. Thank you for the information control desk. Okay, the next pattern I want to talk about is not just for restaurants. This one is, can I put in an order for item? Can I put in an order for item? In native speed, this sounds like, can I put in an order for blah, for thing? Okay, so what is this used for? Again, we use this to call a business to ask for something. You can use this at a restaurant as well. But if you need to order a part for something, or if you need to order like a computer piece, something general life item, you can use this pattern. Yeah, can I put in an order for a new computer? I don't know what situation you need to use it, but can I put in? Can I put in? So this put in means like enter or register, okay? And then the same thing, we have an order. This is also here. And then our purpose, you know, what do we need it for? Can I put in an order for something? So you can use this as well for more general things. Usually these are used at restaurants, can I get and can I please have. You can also say, can I order? So there are a few different ways to approach these situations. But these are, I think, 3 nice ones that are usually okay in most ordering situations on the phone. Some examples are coming in. On Facebook, Ro wrote, can I please have a pizza? Nice one. Okay, good. What's up? YouTube, oh my gosh. Rocky wrote, I'd like to get spaghetti and meatballs, please. Very nice. Omar wrote, I have a question. After for, if we put the verb, do we put it the ing? Hello, I'd like to place an order for verbing. Like, is that what you mean? Like for verb ing? Like, in this pattern, we are requesting an item. Yeah? So for this pattern, we don't request an action. Maybe, I'm not sure if I understand your question. If you could send an example, that would be super, super helpful, and maybe I can help you, okay? Paloma wrote, can I get some spaghetti and wine, please? Nice one, okay? Stalin wrote, can I please have the bill? Yeah, great one. So maybe you don't need to use, can I please have the bill on the phone, but that is an important one to ask, okay? Fatih, why can and not could? Could is also okay to use here. Can is more for everyday communication, just everyday, more casual things. You could use could here. So you say, could I get, or could I please have? Perfect. It's also okay to use those. It sounds a little bit more polite. So it's no problem there. Okay, let's continue to the next part. We're going to go to reservations. When you call a restaurant to make a reservation, how do you do it, and what prepositions do you need to use? Okay, I know this one especially is challenging for many people, so let's practice this and let's review those key prepositions. So, reservations. Our reservation pattern. Okay, we go down, control desk. Thank you. Okay, so our reservation pattern, our basic reservation pattern, thank you, will be, I'd like to make a reservation for number of people on day at time. I'd like to make a reservation for number of people on day at time. So you can see in blue, I marked the parts that we need to enter our information. Yeah? This, I have 3 prepositions. I have 3 preposition points for you to practice. You can practice saying them out loud with me now if you want to do some shadowing. Okay? So first, again, we have for in this sentence. I'd like to make a reservation for is preposition 1. Okay? For number of people on before the day, at before the time. Okay? So we've got 3 prepositions here that show purpose, day, and time. And we have the same point from the first example I showed you earlier. I'd. So not I like to, I'd like to. Don't forget that d. It matters so much. You will sound so much more fluent. So let's look at the example sentence. Let's break it down. I'd like to make a reservation for 2 people on Tuesday at 6. I'd like to make a reservation for 2 people at 6. So this sentence maybe sounds kind of like, oh, it's so fast, right? But these little words connect very easily. I'd like to make a reservation for, here we have the number of people, 2 people. I have my preposition, again, on, before the day, in this case, on Tuesday, at 6, okay? In this case, it's clear 6 p.m. Usually a restaurant is not open at 6 a.m., maybe a coffee shop, I don't know. But usually it's clear what time of day that you mean, so you don't need to say 6 p.m. or 12 a.m. No, 12 a.m. would be midnight. That's a very strange restaurant. But anyway, you can use these to very clearly ask for a reservation time, okay? And we're going to talk about in part 2 some other ways to ask for availability, to ask for open times. So yes, there are some other patterns. We're going to practice it a little bit later when we talk about appointments, okay? So let me check the chat and then we'll go to a break and then part 2. Oh my gosh, so many things are coming. Let me catch up. Nuha wrote on Facebook, I'd like to make an appointment on Monday at 8 a.m. Perfect, perfect appointment. Juampi, is that an electronic board? Yes, this is not a whiteboard. Oh, I can do things. I'm afraid to touch it though, because I think if I do something, Control Desk told me I can zoom, but I'm afraid if I zoom it now, and I'll won't be able to put it back. Okay. YouTube, you wrote oh my gosh. Janie wrote, would I get the bill? It can be possible. No, ask, can I get the bill at a restaurant? But again, today we're talking about the phone. Yeah, so usually they will give you the bill when you pick up the item, or there's some kind of online order taking service, yeah? So usually you don't have to ask for the bill at the restaurant. Okay. Omar, clarification. Great. Thank you, Omar. If I order something after 4, we don't use ing with the verb. Yeah, so like if you have an example of what you mean, then that maybe is helpful. Like, what is there a sentence you have in mind? Hello, I'd like to order, or I'd like to place an order for what? For I can't think of a verb that I would put there that makes sense. So I'm inclined to say no, we don't use an ing there. If you have an example sentence that uses that pattern, you can send it. But I would say probably no. That's not a common verb pattern we use. Okay. Niazi wrote, Americans also use the sentence pattern, let me have or let me get. Yes, so American English, and I'm sure all different types of English, use slightly different patterns. Like Americans will say, yeah, I want, or can I get, or let me get. Yes, there are other patterns. This is not all the patterns, but these are very helpful and common, and they're nice and polite and clear. Okay. Great. A lot of people are writing some examples. If I missed you, I'm very sorry. I will try to get you in part 2. I got to continue because, oh my gosh, the lesson is already 20 minutes in. That was only one part. Oh my gosh, I like to explain so much. Let's take a quick break to remind you that the team has a free PDF with your name on it. It can have your name on it. The team has created a 2,000 word ebook. The 2,000 words here in this ebook are the core words of English. These are all the words that we use in everyday life. So the words that you need to know for business, for a job, for school, all those words are in here. Well, maybe not all of them, but most of them. The ones you need to know to do everyday life things easily. So check this out. If you haven't downloaded this PDF, you can do it. It is 100% for free. Don't worry about it. So you can go to the link below the video or above the video. Go to EnglishClass101.com, make an account there like this. You can put in your name and your email address to make a free account and download this free PDF ebook. Love that. Okay, let's continue to part 2 because, oh my gosh, time is going quick as always today. If you haven't, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video because it really does help other people find the lesson, and we love that, right? Okay, great job everybody who is writing in the chat. I will come and check more. If I missed you in part 1, I'm very sorry. I will come and check in part 2. Let's continue to making appointments on the phone. On the phone. Okay, so how do we make an appointment on the phone? We practiced it in part 1 with a reservation. We are going to use a very similar pattern in part 2. Yay, easy. Okay, so this one, when you begin the phone conversation, you can start with, hello, I'm calling to make an appointment for, okay? Hello, I'm calling to make an appointment for something, okay? So let's break down this base pattern. So this is the base pattern for today. Again, we have this I'm calling to. I'm calling to. In part 1, I introduced I'd like to. You can use that pattern here. Hello, I'd like to make an appointment for. That is also okay. I just wanted to give you another pattern. I'm calling, ing, I'm calling to make an appointment, again, purpose for. I'm calling to make an appointment for thing, okay? So the next part, the end of the sentence, depends on the business you're calling. So, hello, I'm calling to make an appointment for a haircut, right? A haircut. I'm calling to make an appointment for a teeth cleaning. You call the dentist for a teeth cleaning. I'm calling to make an appointment for an oil change, right? At a mechanic shop or a car shop, yeah? So you can use all these different of course, requests for your appointment in this call. It depends on the business. So you can send an example. If there's an appointment you need to make, try to send it in English in the chat and I'll check it live. I'll try to help you with your appointments this week. I hope watch the chat just explode with appointments. A couple points though. Again, we need to consider which article we use before the appointment type, yeah? So here we have a haircut because starts with a consonant sound. A teeth cleaning, but an oil change, yeah? So again, please be careful of your article here, yeah? So we got a few small points again to think about in this sentence, okay? So send me your example appointments, I'll check them, and then for now I'll continue on. I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, when you choose the time for your appointment, we're going to use a similar pattern to part 1. The base is, do you have time on day at time? Do you have time on day at time? Let's look at an example. Do you have time on Thursday at 12 p.m.? Do you have time on Thursday? So notice this part, do you have time, right? Do you have time? This gets squished together. Do you have time? So it sounds like dia, right? Dia. This bit right here, do you? Do you have time? Do you have time? That's how you can say it more naturally. So, do you have time on Thursday at 12 p.m.? We have the same prepositions from part 1, yeah? On, day, at, time, yeah? Let's look at one more example. Do you have time on Friday at 11 a.m.? Do you have time on Friday at 11 a.m.? Okay, so again, it's not a long, scary sentence, but we do have to think carefully about those little connecting words, okay? Last one then here. Are you available on day at time? Are you available on day at time? Okay, so this one sounds a little bit more polite. Are you available? A little bit longer, a little bit more polite. I personally use this one when I'm talking to maybe someone I'm not close to. So someone I don't see very often. For example, like hairstylist maybe. I see once every month and a half or so, and I don't know the person super well, but I want to be respectful and polite. I could say, are you available on day at time? So, are you available on Saturday at 2? Same pattern we have with the prepositions. Or, I also have this one, thank you, Control Desk, marked with the star here. Are you available tomorrow afternoon? So you can change the pattern to include something like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow and a time period. That's also okay. Are you available tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening? You can choose something like that, or you can use a specific time with the on, at pattern. Okay, let me check the chat. What did you write to me? Oh my gosh, great. Rocky wrote, I'm calling to make an appointment for a teeth cleaning at 2 p.m. Very nice. You put it all into one sentence. Very efficient. We like that. Victor wrote, I'm calling to make an appointment for a physical therapy. So, that's a good one. Physical therapy, we would say so physical therapy is like the topic, like the practice. So we would say, I'm calling to make an appointment for physical therapy with no article, because we don't count physical therapy, right? It's like an uncountable noun. You could say, however, a physical therapy session. That might help some other people watching too. When you want to do like, for example, like a gym session or martial arts, or you want to do some kind of training, something like that, where you work together with a professional for like an hour, you might call it a session. So I'm calling to make an appointment for a physical therapy session or a personal training session, something like that. Or yeah, a training session. So I would use session there, okay? Fatih wrote, do you have time to see you soon? Do you have time to see you soon? I think you need to have a different word at the end of that. Do you have time to see me soon? But soon is very vague. When is soon? We need to have some idea of when, right? You need to include some time for the other person. Okay. Stalin wrote, hello, I'm calling to make an appointment with the dentist. Do you have time on Friday? Perfect. Great. On Facebook, Abdullah wrote, are you available on Sunday at 6 p.m. Great. Good. Riyadh, is this a live stream? Yep, it's been live for like 8 years. Same time, same channel. Abdullah wrote, hello. Oh, you put dia. Good. Good for pronunciation, but don't write dia. It's kind of strange. So just write do you, but when you pronounce it, say dia. Hello, do you have time? And then it's good. Good for trying though. Nice one. And you said, do you have time on Friday at 10 a.m.? Perfect. Sarla wrote, I'm calling to make an appointment for makeup. Yeah, great job, everybody. Okay, let's continue to the last part. Let's go to part 3, work questions on the phone. All right, when you need to call your coworker or when you need to call your colleague or someone you know in a different company, how do you do that? Or you call like a client in a different company, how do you do that? There are some key prepositions we need to practice that are special for this section, okay? So let's go through this. I'll come back to the chat after we do this. I just want to make sure to get through everything. Yeah, okay, let's go. So the work question pattern, the base pattern I want to talk about. Hello, again. This is name from department at company, okay? How to introduce yourself on the phone. The reason this sentence is long is because often we don't call the person directly. We don't call the client directly. But also, they have many people. Maybe they have many people they work with. So it's really helpful to give all of your information, yeah? Hello, this is name from department at company. Here's an example. If I called you, maybe I would say, hello, this is Alicia from the live stream department at English class 101. Okay, live stream department isn't a thing, but for example, okay, this is Alicia from. So we have my name, obviously. Here, our preposition is from, okay? We could say from our department and then at before the company or the organization, okay? So we used from before the department. So you can think about this for your job. How would you introduce yourself on a phone call? You, maybe don't put your real information in the chat, yeah? Please be safe. Please don't include your real information. You can put ABC company or, you know, the crazy people department or something like that, whatever you want to do. So don't put your real information in the chat, please, okay? All right, so we can use this to introduce ourselves on the phone very clearly, yeah? If you just call and you say, hi, this is Alicia, your client might be like, who? Like maybe they have lots of people they work with. They don't remember exactly who. So when you give them your company, it really helps them a lot of the time. Oh yeah, that person. Okay, good. Yeah, so make sure to do that. Then the next step is to ask for a person you want to talk to, right? So if you have a connection at the other company or at another department, you can ask, is person available? Is person available, okay? Available sounds more formal. You can say, is person there? It's okay. That's okay to use. You can use that with family as well. When you call someone like at your house, you're like, hey, is mom there? You can use there in less formal situations. In a polite situation, is person available? For example, is Risa available? Is Risa available right now? So you can ask for the person. That means I want to talk to that person, right? But it's not so direct. If you say, hi, I want to talk to blah, 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 to Risa. It's like, it's clear, but it's not so polite, yeah? If you have a good relationship, you can say, I want to talk to that person. It's okay. But to be polite, generally a good idea, is Risa available? Is person available? Okay. Dika, why did you use class instead of pod like your other channels? That is not a question for me. That is a question for the people, the team that manages everything. I did not personally choose that, so you'd have to ask a different question. Okay, Pavrik wrote, hello, this is Karat, I hope I said that right, from XXX department at XXX Inc. Perfect, good example, and good job not using your personal information in the chat. Good. Okay, Mino wrote, hello, this is Mino from Happy Department at Happy Company. I'm calling about the appointment. Perfect. Well done, Mino. Great job not using your personal information. I love that. Okay, let's continue to the last one then, and then I'll come back to the chat. If you didn't get to send your introductory message, I'll check it in a moment. Last one then, I'm calling about topic. I'm calling about topic. So you introduce yourself, you connect to the person you want to talk to. I'm calling about topic. So here, again, I'm, right? I am, plus calling, right? The purpose of my call is topic. So I'm calling about, right? If you want to make this even more polite, you can say regarding. I'm calling regarding your phone bill. I'm calling regarding your presentation, yeah? So after this comes your topic, okay? For example, I'm calling about next week's live presentation. I'm calling about next week's live presentation. Have you decided on your topic yet? Okay, so I'm is, again, we have another pronunciation point here. So today we practiced I'd, right? Like I'd like to. In this case, I'm calling, right? I am calling. So this is a progressive grammar point. I'm calling about next week's live presentation. I think a couple people put their examples in the chat. Okay, great. That's everything. So let me check the chat. Let me check your examples and answer your questions, and then we'll be done for the day. Who did I miss before? Victor. Hello, this is Victor Vidal from Forensic Expert Department at National Police of Peru. Ooh, that's a scary phone call. What's happening there that we need to have it? Oh, Risa's actually in the chat. Hi, Risa. I asked if Risa available. Risa's in the chat. Hi, Risa's my colleague who does live streams as well. Hi, Risa. Good to know you're available. Hey. That's funny. Good. Other examples? On Facebook, Sarla wrote, hello, this is Sarla from Jodhpur at Real Estate, maybe? I'm not sure. So so that was your department, and real estate is your company. If that's so, then that's okay. That's okay to do. If you're, maybe an interesting pattern, if your department or if your company has like different branches, like a different city branch, like you have like a Shanghai branch and you have a Tokyo branch and you have a New York branch, you can say like, hello, this is Alicia from the Tokyo branch. Sorry, let me backtrack. Hello, this is Alicia from the live stream department at the Tokyo branch of English Class 101, or from the New York branch of English Class 101. So you can put branch at, so let me add this, I'll put it in red, at I'll put city in here, city branch of company, okay? Is that clear? I hope so. So hello, this is Alicia from the live stream department at the New York branch of company. So that introduces an extra level there, that if you have a branch, if you have a city that is attached to your office, you can use this one to add the extra information there. So we use the word branch, B-R-A-N-C-H, branch, like the branch of a tree. It's like the branch of a tree, but for a company, yeah, one part of the company. So a little extra information. Okay, Fatih wrote, I'm calling about the next business meeting. Good, I'm calling about the next business meeting. Great, I love it. Okay, we got through it all. Yeah, so if you want to take a screenshot, now is your chance. I will put the QR code up now. So if you want to use a QR code to get a picture of the lesson notes, now is your chance to do that. I'll get out of your way. Cha-chang, there you go. Hooray! So you can get your QR code version. If you want a screenshot, here is your screenshot chance. Great. Okay, so that is everything for today. Oh my gosh, I made it through. Hooray, I didn't talk too much until the end. Go me. Okay, so we'll finish there for today, but I hope that this helps you when you need to make phone calls and make appointments and reservations, because I know when I started learning Japanese and when I started calling people in Japanese, this was so stressful, and because you can't see the other person, right? So I hope that these help you. If I could recommend practice points from today, I recommend this I'd like to. Practice saying this out loud, yeah? And practice your prepositions. We practiced for and on and at today, as well as some articles. So today we practiced a lot of those little words that are very important. So definitely say those out loud. Yes, thank you, Control Desk, for reminding me. If you haven't yet, I'll remind you once more, the team has this free PDF ebook for you. This right here. This is a 2,000 core words of English. So if you want to boost your vocabulary, there are some words you can use for like restaurants, for work, for other communication settings. So if you want to practice with some new vocabulary or just review some vocabulary, you can go download this after the live stream to get some practice in. Okay, so we'll finish there for today. Next week, I'll be away, so I think the lovely Daphne will be leading the live stream next week, so please enjoy her lesson. I will be back in 2 weeks. I have a plan for next week's lesson, or sorry, for a lesson from 2 weeks from now. What did I choose for next 2 weeks? I don't know what Daphne's topic will be. My topic in 2 weeks, yes, we're going to cover modifiers. For example, we're going to talk about almost, just, nearly and only. How do we use those? Because I see lots of mistakes with those. So we're going to practice using those words to talk about like those, oh, I almost did this, or I barely did that. What's the difference between almost and barely? Because those are tricky words when you think about it, okay? So please join me again in 2 weeks. Next week, please join and enjoy a lovely Daphne's lesson. I hope that's great for you all. And for now, I will say goodbye. So thank you so much to everybody for sending your great questions and your great comments. I really appreciate it. And for liking and sharing the video. Go check out the free PDF ebook to help you practice and have some great homework. Until the next time I see you. And also just have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you again next time.